Constructing good questions. 2. Leading questions. Leading questions try to lead the respondent to your way of thinking. They can do this in several ways, with an assumption: how late do you think that the project will deliver? This assumes that the project will certainly not be completed on time. By adding a personal appeal to agree at the end, Law is very efficient, don't you think? Or option 2 is better, isn't it? Phrasing the question so that the easiest response is yes. Our natural tendency to prefer to say yes than no plays an important part in the phrasing of questions. Shall we all approve option 2? Is more likely to get a positive response than do you want to approve option 2 or not? A good way of doing this is to make it personal. For example, would you like me to go ahead with option 2, rather than shall I choose option 2? Giving people a choice between two options, both of which you would be happy with, rather than the choice of one option or not doing anything at all. Strictly speaking, the choice of neither is still available when you ask which would you prefer, A or B, but most people will be caught up in deciding between your two preferences. Note that leading questions tend to be closed. Leading questions are good for getting the answer you want, but leaving the other person feeling that they haven't got a choice. Closing a sale, if that answers all of your questions, shall we agree on a price? Tip: use leading questions with care. If you use them in a self-serving way or one that harms the interests of the other person, then they can, quite rightly, be seen as manipulative and dishonest. Rhetorical questions. People use rhetorical questions because they are engaging for the listener, as they are drawn into agreeing, yes it is and I like working with such a creative colleague, rather than feeling that they are being told something like John is a very creative designer. To which they may answer, so what? Tip: rhetorical questions are even more powerful if you use a string of them. Isn't that a great display? Don't you love the way the text picks up the colors in the photographs? Doesn't it use space really well? Wouldn't you love to have a display like that for our products? Rhetorical questions are good for engaging the listener, getting people to agree with your point of view. Using questioning techniques. Learning, ask open and closed questions, and use probing questioning. Relationship building. People generally respond positively if you ask about what they do or inquire about their opinions. If you do this in an affirmative way, tell me what you like best about working here, you will help to build and maintain an open dialogue. Managing and coaching. Here, rhetorical and leading questions are useful too. They can help get people to reflect and to commit to courses of action that you've suggested. Wouldn't it be great to gain some further qualifications? Avoiding misunderstandings. Use probing questions to seek clarification, particularly when the consequences are significant, and to make sure that you avoid jumping to conclusions. The ladder of inference tool can help you here, too. Diffusing a heated situation. You can calm an angry customer or colleague by using funnel questions to get them to go into more detail about their grievance. This will not only distract them from their emotions, but will often help you to identify a small practical thing that you can do, which is often enough to make them feel that they have won something, and no longer need to be angry. Diffusing a heated situation. You can calm an angry customer or colleague by using funnel questions to get them to go into more detail about their grievance. This will persuading people. No one likes to be lectured, but asking a series of open questions will help others to embrace the reasons behind your point of view. What do you think about bringing the sales force in for half a day to have their laptops upgraded? Not only distract them from their emotions, but will often help you to identify a small practical thing that you can do, which is often enough to make them feel that they have won something, and no longer need to be angry. More tips. Make sure that you give the person you're questioning enough time to respond. This may need to include thinking time before he or she answers, so don't just interpret a pause as a no comment and plow on. Skillful questioning needs to be matched by careful listening so that you understand what people really mean with their answers. Your body language and tone of voice can also play a part in the answers you get when you ask questions. SourceMind Tools. https://www.mindtools.com/article/pages/new-tmc_88.htm ? Glid equals IAR0LO4W1 XSUCAC 6KQP1381F11.12 ILZ02VTH by DZX transcribed by Charles Sapong, Helsinki, Finland.